Hey friends, welcome back to the Live with Audacity podcast. I am so excited to have you here, and today is an extra special episode because we are going to talk about the 3 reasons you may be lacking motivation and how the heck to get over them. But first, I want to dive in here and talk to you a little bit about this 6-week program I just launched. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so amazing. I am so excited about it. I am taking 4 women who are ready to take action on their goals and ready to kick fear's ass. If that sounds like you, then we need to talk, okay? Because we are going to work on gaining the clarity that you need for your purpose, how the heck you can make incredible impact in your community, and how in the world you can start living a life of freedom. Freedom to spend your time how you want. Freedom to earn the money that you want. I am so excited about this because I know it's going to change your life. Okay, so if you have ever wondered what your purpose might be, or maybe you know what your purpose is, but you just need some clarity on how in the world to implement it, dude, I'm so your girl. Stay stuck no longer, my friend. You have stayed in this place for too long, way too long. But there is help for you if you want it. You have to decide that you're ready for the help, though. And once you decide that, you'll do whatever you have to do to get the help. So if you're ready to get clarity on your next steps, or you need to make a decision about where you're headed, or you need a map of how to get there, I'm your girl. And we can do this together over 6 weeks. You may be looking for courage to be yourself, or confidence in your abilities, or you need help overcoming procrastination. Dude, we can so handle all of these things. Maybe you want to learn how to trust yourself again. Or maybe you feel a pull in your gut that you regularly talk yourself out of. Dude, we all do that. It's fear. It's just fear taking over. But together, we are going to overcome all of those things, okay? So if you are ready, I am ready. This 6-week program is going to blow your mind. So we're going to work together one-on-one in a private container, weekly calls, and then you also get free Boxer access to me in between calls in case anything comes up, you have any questions, we need to work something out. I got you, boo. Okay, so if you are interested in this at all, either send me an email, hop in my Facebook Messenger, or send me an Instagram message, whatever you got to do. Let's do this, okay? So you can email me at hello@mmstewartco.com. That's hello@mmstewartco.com. I almost forgot how to spell my name. Okay, so let's freaking do this thing, man. I'm so excited for you. You can find me on Facebook at Melissa Maitland Stewart, and then you can also find me on Instagram at livewAudacity, all one word. So if you're ready, come on, let's do this. Okay, let's dive into today's episode. I hope you love it. I hope you walk away with some awesome tips and tricks for how to overcome your lack of motivation and get moving. You're listening to the Live with Audacity podcast. I'm your host, Melissa Stewart. Audacity is defined by Merriam-Webster as intrepid boldness or disregard for normal constraints. And that's exactly what we have here. The Live with Audacity podcast is aimed at giving you the courage to explore your someday dreams, do things your way, and start making things happen in your life right now. I'm a mama to 4 kiddos ranging from college student to kindergartner, wife to a high school football and track coach, and a multi-passionate entrepreneur. Together with my guests, we're going to teach you how to live with audacity and intentionality, discover and utilize your unique skills and talents, and step into who you are meant to be in order to make your someday dreams a reality. Are you ready? Here we go. reasons you've lost your motivation. And I just want to talk to you guys real quick about this. Just because I think a lot of times we as women think that, not even just as women, as humans, right? Hey, Melissa, how are you? We think that we are supposed to be like going, and productive all the time. And, I know rest has been a huge topic of conversation over the last year or two, which I think is incredible and amazing. I think it's still really, really hard for a lot of people to rest. And so we get in these lulls of motivation and we're like, I don't want to do anything. I'm burned out and I want to sit on the couch. I have zero motivation. And I totally get that. That's not necessarily what this live is about, but we can cover that eventually. What I want to talk about is when you have zero reason to not have motivation, like you're not overwhelmed, you're not like overly stressed, right? I mean, we're all stressed. It's COVID. It's 2020. It's crazy bananas. But there are other reasons other than just being burned out that you may have lost your motivation. So, one of those reasons is that you are completely overwhelmed. I have noticed that when someone is really overwhelmed with too many things on the to-do list or too many options for what to do next. So you're overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with too many choices and or too many things on the to-do list, right? You think that you have to do all the things to be able to be able to feel productive, right? So a couple of things that I do is, number one, I started making a list the night before. Has to be the night before. You can't wait till you sit down that day. 3 things to do, then write them down the night before. And that's been really, really helpful. Sometimes I get to all of them. Sometimes I don't. I really try to make 2 of them not necessarily easy. They can be difficult, but just not like extensively in time and how much time it's going to take me to do them. But one of them I usually choose to be like a thing that like I don't really want to do, or feels tedious, or feels like a pain or whatever. But I only pick one of those things. I don't pick a multiple of those things, because then I already feel overwhelmed when I get the day started, right? So pick 3 things and make sure you pick a maximum of one thing that's kind of overwhelming and tedious. Get that knocked out of the way first, because then you gain some traction in your day, and then the hardest thing is over. How do you eat, how do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time. How do you eat a frog? Oh, shoot. How does that saying go? I don't know. Someone will jump on here and tell me what it is. I can't remember now. It's going to bug me. But anyway, when you're live and you're on the spot and you're trying to think of something that you've heard 1,000 times and you're like, crap, how does it go again? But, so the other thing too is that, you don't have direction, right? Like, that you have all these big goals, but you're just not totally sure which one to do first. You don't know which one is going to lead to the next. And then you start to overthink about all the things. And what I'm going to tell you is that is so easy to do. Most of us have more than one goal that we're working toward at any given time. What I'll tell you is that if you focus on one goal, let's say it's to work out every day. If you focus on that one goal, doing that one goal is going to help you reach your other goals, right? So focus on one specific one and give yourself grace on the other things. That's my personal perspective. That really, really helps me. Although I don't always take that advice, I should, because I have to learn that lesson over and over and over again, that one thing at a time is the best way to do it. And then also, so the other thing about overwhelm is that when we get overwhelmed, we overthink, right? And we think and think and think and think and think and think, and we don't make decisions. I can say all day long, stop doing that. But people who are overthinkers, it's very hard to just say, okay, stop overthinking. Try this instead. Pick one tiny thing that you can do. Don't think about anything else. Think about this one tiny thing that you can do and get that thing knocked out. Because then at least you're taking action. It doesn't even have to be huge action. It's not like, oh, I want to launch a business, but I don't know what to call it, or I don't know exactly how to fit everything together. Okay, well, do one small thing. Start telling people that you are doing this thing. So like if I want to have a cake shop, and I'm like, I want to have a cake shop, but I don't know what to do first. Do I build a website? Do I make business cards? Do I name my company? Do I get an LLC? What do I do first? First thing you do is make some cakes. Okay? So go back to your basics. Go back to the simple thing that you love doing, and do that one thing, right? So that's what I'll say about that. I know it's like almost, I'm not a counselor. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know how to tell you to stop overthinking. What I can help you do is pick one thing and do that thing. And then when we take action, it helps us get clarity and direction of what is the next best thing to do after that, right? So just pick one thing. Don't think about anything else. Do that one thing. Okay? Number 2, the next reason why you have lost your motivation is you're not in alignment. I'll let that sink in for just a second. You're not in alignment. So when you're not in alignment, you don't want to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. Okay? I use that very loosely, right? As a business owner, there are all these things that you're supposed to do. But if you're not doing them, chances are you're not in alignment. If you are going to school to finish your degree and you have things that you're supposed to be doing, maybe you're not in alignment with your degree. Maybe you're not in alignment with going to school. Maybe you're not in alignment with this school. It could be any number of things. If you need to get up and go for a run because you're training for a 5K, maybe that's not really your goal. Maybe that's not really a soul rattling goal that you have, right? So of course you can't get your butt off the couch because you actually don't really care about running a 5K. Okay, so you got to get in alignment. You got to be really, really honest with yourself and be really authentic with yourself. It's easy to be fake to other people, but if there's one person you're going to be real with and one person you're going to be authentic with, you got to be authentic with you. You got to be honest with yourself and what you actually really want and the direction that you want your life to head in, right? You have to. So you got to get in alignment. If you need help with that, I'm really good at it. So not to toot my own horn, but toot, okay? So bring it. I can help you. And then the last thing is your goals are either too big, which I know, I can't believe I'm saying that either, because there's no such thing as goals that are too big, right? But what is possible is that your goals are so big that they feel so distant, right? And we feel like, oh, well, I just have forever to meet those big, giant goals. Absolutely not. We need to break it down into smaller, more manageable, not easier to accomplish. Of course we want to push, right? But let's say, for instance, I want to make 10 million. I'm just throwing a number out. I want to make $10 million. Okay, well, do you think I have the motivation to get up and do something to make $10 million right now? No, that seems like 1 million years away. But if I break it down into smaller chunks, if I've never made $100,000, maybe we should start there, right? Because you're never going to hit 1 million if you can't make $100,000, right? So let's chunk it down in smaller bite-sized pieces and hit that goal first. when you take them and you chunk them down, they seem more realistic and they seem easier, and so you have more motivation, like, hell yeah, I'm gonna hit that goal right there because that's so easy. And then you push yourself to the next one and the next one and the next one. So if your goals are too big, you're not going to be motivated because it seems too far away. It seems too hard right now in the person that you are now. It seems like it's impossible. So you're just like, cool, one day I'll be the person that can do that. Okay, well, let's work on being that person today. And the last thing, I know I said 3, but the last one is bifold, right? Okay, so your goals are either too big or they're too small, right? You can have goals that are too small. Like yesterday, I cleaned out I reorganized my kitchen cabinets. And my son was like, why did it take month 8 of the pandemic quarantine to reorganize our cabinets? Well, first of all, it took me watching The Home Edit on Netflix. And number 2, I don't know. I just figured, like, I had all the time in the world. We were in a pandemic. Where am I going? Right? But I finally did it, and I feel amazing, and I feel incredible, and I feel so proud of myself. So yeah, that's what I would say is maybe your goals are too small. Maybe you feel like, maybe you feel like you have forever to do them. But what I'll tell you is that you don't have forever. You have today. You have right now. Get really honest with yourself about what your goals are. Get really honest with yourself about what you can accomplish. I've heard this saying a million times. People underestimate what they can do in 5 years, but they overestimate what they can do in a week or a month or a day or whatever. So get really honest with yourself and get to know yourself really well. Like, I know if I put 3 really hard things on my list, or 3 things that are tedious, and like once I get them knocked out, I'll be proud that they're knocked out, but I'm dreading getting them going, I won't do it. I'll be like, forget this, and I'll sit on my couch or sit in my bed and watch TV and cry that I have to do distance learning with the kids, and then I won't get anything done. So pick one thing. Okay? So what I'm saying is, break your big goals down into smaller chunks. If your goals are too small and you feel like, oh, you can just get to it later or get to it tomorrow, forget that. Let's bump that goal up. Let's make that goal bigger. And let's freaking go for it. And then the other thing is alignment, what I mentioned. So got to get really aligned and really authentic with who you are and what your actual goals are and what you want to actually accomplish. And the first one was, you got too many options or too many things to do, and you're just overwhelmed with like, oh my God, what do I do first? What do I do next? So I hope this was helpful. Okay. Good talk. I hope this is helpful for one of you, for some of you, for all of you. Let me know in the comments if you resonated with any of this. Hey y'all, I had to jump in here real quick because I need a favor. If you are loving the Live with Audacity podcast, I need you to do me a big solid favor and share it with your friends, share it on social media, and go to the Apple iTunes link and click subscribe, rate it, review it. I need to know your feedback, and I want to keep putting this out for you, so I really need your help to get the message out. Thank you so much for your loyalty and your super kind and sweet words. They mean so terribly much to me.